remembering all of the beautiful moments that we had with him, his smile and his giggle that he had just sort of found here recently.
An infectious laugh, a toothless smile that could melt the heart of anyone. Debbie McCaffrey describes how Sloan McDaniel touched her, but she says her love for him was much greater.
He just had a way of sort of coming into your heart and grabbing a hold of it.
On January 13th, Forsyth County authorities believe Sloan's father, Brandon McDaniel, seriously hurt Brandon at his home in Clemens. The 20-year-old took his son to Brenner Children's Hospital. Doctors discovered the 3-month-old had injuries, showing signs of child abuse. Authorities were called in, and Brandon was arrested. Sloan passed away on Thursday. For Debbie, being Sloan's godmother was something that she treasured.
We were rejoicing over his life, and he continued to carry that joy into our lives through his amazing personality over the course of the last 3 months of his life.
She knows she'll never be able to hold Sloan or pinch his cheeks again. Those memories will stay with her because he will always be with her.
It was just pure bliss, and I'm just grateful to have had any type of part of his life whatsoever. It's truly one of the greatest privileges of my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, out of all the stories that I've done, this is the most sickest stories I've ever covered in my life. And this incident happened in, this part, Clemens, North Carolina. I used to live in the Piedmont, in 1994, but that's another story. In Winston-Salem, it's sort of like a suburban part of Greensboro. But this story, in my opinion, is sick. Now, we're basically talking about a 3-month-old baby. And regardless of how you feel, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, sorry about that. Regardless of how you feel, a lot of people is going to talk about this story. He's a coward. And the thing of it is that, I'm going to give you 2 questions. Number 1, where's the son's mother in all of this? We see we see one godmother, and the father's been charged with this 3-month-old baby's murder, right? But we have never seen the son's mom. You notice that, right? We have never seen the son's mother. And I'm going to go ahead and going to voice my commentary after I read this article. So it says, a Clemens man has been charged with first-degree murder after his 3-month-old son died from his injuries, according to the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office. Brandon Scott McDaniel was initially charged with felony child abuse after seeking medical treatment for Sloan McDaniel on Monday. Authorities believe the 20-year-old had severely abused Sloan while he watched the child at his house on Monday. He rushed the child to the hospital where it was discovered that the child was dealing with severe injuries. The authorities were called and McDaniel was arrested. Sloan passed away on Thursday as a result of his injuries. This was almost 3 months to the day that he was born. It was pure bliss, and I am just grateful to have had some tiny part of his life whatsoever, Sloan's godmother, Debbie McCaffrey, said. It's truly one of the greatest privileges of my life. She and Sloan's other godmother, Daniela Smith, met with WGHP on Friday to share how impactful his life was to them. Remembering all of the beautiful moments that we had with him, his smile, his giggle, McCaffrey said. As for Smith, she said she and Sloan's mother constantly talk about the type of man he would grow up to be. She said he taught them both how to truly love. When Sloan came into our lives, he really shown us how to mature, how to love someone else more than yourself. And really, you could just step back from the situation and realize that, wow, I am a part of his life, Smith said. Right now, Sloan's family is preparing a celebration of life for the 3-month-old. A GoFundMe has been set up to help the family in funeral burial expenses. McDaniel is in the Forsyth County Law Enforcement Detention Center with no bond allowed. And that's the end of the article. You know, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to say is very controversial. Let's start out with this. And a lot of people has choices, right? And the choices a person made will detect for the rest of your life, really with family. What I'm about to say is this. Now, you know, I mean, the child, the son's, really, the son's mother. Okay, um, number one, again, where is she? Where was she? And why is she allowed this man to watch her son? And we don't even know what kind of criminal background that this person has. And number two, the thing of it is that when it comes to interracial relationships, it depends on a person who chose that person, right? And you remember, and not to go off topic, but we think about the Lonnie Loves of the world when she said that black men don't know what it's like to, don't know how to treat a black woman, and they don't know how to have a good relationship. But the problem is that does white men do the same thing in this case? We heard stories in the past when you have and black women complain about their white boyfriends, how white boyfriends call them the N word, etc., how they treated their kids sometimes, and look, and this story ain't no better because obviously it depends on, and again, it goes back to who you choose to be with. So I'm gonna say it like this, ladies and gentlemen, because 3-month-old Sloan deserve to die, don't deserve to die, not like this. And and again, you don't see her son's mother at all. You only see the godmother. You don't even see the family of Sloan. Why they didn't get interviewed? See, again, it's the person you choose. And the thing is that, yes, Sloan is a cute little baby, I ain't gonna lie. But at the same time, though, we already know that the guy, Scott McDaniel, probably has a criminal record as it is. We don't know that for sure. They didn't do no criminal. This is what's so bad about the media, right? They didn't do a background check like they do with all the black men in this country. They haven't done so they haven't done a background check on him to see if he have any criminal past at all. But I mean, if he does have a criminal past, that the media ain't gonna tell you. But I digress, right? So what I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, is and when it comes to sisters dating outside of their race, it's the person they chose. And this guy right there, I hope really he will spend the rest of his life in prison. But with this white privilege going on, they're probably the lawyers are gonna probably talk about if this is his first offense. If it is, they're gonna do something. They're gonna do something to let this man give him a slap of the wrist. But I'll be highly surprised that they threw the book. I mean, picture this. This is a 3-month-old baby. That's his son. Why are you going to kill his son? And then I think he abuses his son, which leads me to believe that if he has, I'm talking about this guy Brandon Scott, which means that he basically hurt his son before, plenty of times. And just like I told you before, ladies and gentlemen, it's the person it was the person you chose. I'm talking about that woman. It's the person she chose. So, and I'm just thinking, and like I told you like this, that's a cute little baby, and he died all because of his injuries of the abuse that this coward did. But it goes back to tell you one thing, that it's, when it comes to black women dating outside of their race, it's a person you chose. The thing of it is that you chose that man, and now you have a child by him, right? And now And again, we don't even know Brendan Scott McDaniel has a criminal past. If he does, the media ain't gonna talk about it, like I said. And obviously, he did this so many times to his son, to his 3-month-old son, that he can do anything. But I mean, he's been charged. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how this plays out. But you know, a lot. I mean, and a lot of sisters gonna say, "Oh, basically that. Oh, black men don't treat me bad." But lessons to you: don't think because some black men treat you bad that some white men will treat you better. Because in this case, in some cases, they don't. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.